I'm cutting mics. Mics are cutting, and we're live. Okay, we're live. Guys, we're back. And I can hear myself. Good job, amateur.
Hey, I like to throw, keep you on your toes. It's just the
He's
way it has
sitting.
to
He's
be.
not on his toes.
I can't be. I guess I could be sitting. Yeah, now I'm on my toes. I don't know if you can see that. My feet are like that.
You're not wearing
Oh,
socks?
shit. On the table.
What's that called? Peru?
It's called
ballet thing?
ballerina.
Oh, yeah. No.
Would you guys ever do ballet? Like at this point in your life?
Fuck no.
I would do like some type of dance.
So, really?
I would do like a
couldn't-
dance class, like to.
Would you do Bollywood dancing, or would you do something else?
I'd probably do something else.
Why'd you know? With that mustache, why wouldn't you do Bollywood
Also, why
dancing?
did you keep the mustache? It was a
Why is it
bit.
getting bigger?
Thank you, Michael, who doesn't have a mic and said it looks great.
Arjuna, I will say this. You should star in the next Bollywood action cop drama.
I just want to keep this mustache going and see how long it takes before I hate this new look of mine.
I mean, I hate it, so.
The more reason to keep it.
That's true.
I've also realized that
Really?
when
Wait
I
a second.
When I change my facial hair, it drastically changes my age. So like when I was in college, I remember I was clean shaven and I went to a rated R movie and I got carded for it.
Yep. Makes sense.
And I feel like if I'm clean shaving, it drops off about like 10 years off of what I look like. Versus like if I have a beard, I look like I'm probably 40.
You're closer to 40 right now, yeah.
Wait, have you been carded since you've got the mustache, or?
I mean, I haven't gone anywhere to get carded.
The most important question here is, what does the girl think?
So I think Sahara originally was like reluctant. She's like, yeah, it's a fun bit. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep it. And then she like came around to it more.
Really?
And now she's like, yeah, I kind of like it.
So
She's
being
like, I like it.
supportive.
I don't
She's
trust
supportive,
it.
for
I
sure.
don't trust it.
I think she likes it.
She's going to shave it off in the night.
No, Sahara isn't the type to like shave it off in the night.
You sure?
But real
She's
quick,
the type to shave it off during the day.
back to me. Back to me. So you want to keep it because I said I don't like it, right?
No,
Are you sure?
Yeah, I just tried something new, honestly.
Okay.
It's been a year in the pandemic. I'm like,
Krishna,
why not?
have an idea. I went through my mustache phase.
Fuck you both. I went through a fucking blonde phase, so
That's true.
See,
you
that's-
I
did.
beat you.
But that's damaging to your hair. Like actually bleaching your hair can damage.
Well,
it.
I mean, you can.
This is harmless.
Hold on.
Michael said it's damaging to my face.
The way I bleached my hair was damaging. There are ways you can do it
That are
so it's-
non-damaging.
that are non-damaging.
Like
So I
wearing a
think we
wig.
should specify like
That's true.
how I did it, non-damaging.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, is
am I too
today-
dark?
Today's Tuesday,
Your
right?
tan. Your tan came in too much.
It looked on my playback monitor. It looked like it got brighter.
Today's Tuesday, isn't it?
Today is Tuesday.
I have to set my basketball lineup. One moment, please.
Yeah, because we're now about to record a podcast.
Speaking of
here.
basketball, are the Nets your new favorite team?
Fuck the Nets.
Why? Because you've got
I'm
Griffin, you got
dropping a lot of,
KD, you got Kyrie.
Marcus Cousins might go there. That's great.
No, yeah, screw all that to try and beat, LeBron James.
I mean, super teams are super teams. Like,
Boo.
I mean, LeBron. Everyone's like crying,
Boo.
but like LeBron went to Miami and made a super team.
No, I just think it's the joke is
I know it's
you
the
put all
joke.
these guys together to beat a 37-year-old LeBron.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's let's see if they can get past the 76.
Listen, old guys rule sports, right? Tom Brady at 43 went to Tampa Bay and won a Super Bowl. LeBron will probably win a couple more NBA championships
if he's lucky.
I mean, I think he's gonna win at least one more.
Anyway, this is not a sports discussion.
This was it good sports?
But
edition.
Ravi, let me ask you this: was the Brooklyn Nets good?
So far in this season, no.
They've actually been really good these last few games. Like, they've really come together. I think they were like 9-1 going into the All-Star break.
They better be
playing
good.
very
I mean,
well.
look how much talent's on that team.
Yeah, but
Is
talent
it
doesn't-
talent or is it drama queens?
No, talent
same
doesn't
thing.
always. I mean, we've seen specific examples of talent not translating to wins in the NBA.
Well, it's starting to translate to wins, though.
No, it is now.
Yeah.
And then, but you're adding another factor that may change things.
Blake isn't a big enough factor.
Blake.
Like he's a shell of what he used to be.
He's like a.
And
no, I
Detroit-
mean he's right. He's right.
And Detroit he hasn't dunked in like 2 years, and that's what he's known.
Isn't
for.
it like a literal fact? Like it's been
Yeah.
2 years. Like
Yeah, it's been
2018.
2018.
2018. Yeah.
Yeah, so over 2
He's
years.
dealt with
Yeah.
a lot of injuries the last
Yeah.
couple of years, and like he didn't. I don't think he's played like a full 82 in a long time.
Yeah.
But he did have this comedy special recently that was kind of fun.
Blake Griffin?
Yeah, he had a whole
Oh,
like
he did stand up. Right?
he did stand up for
That's
a
right.
minute. It was
Wasn't
actually pretty
doing-
good.
He was doing like media for that. I remember
Yeah,
a couple of years ago. Yeah. Good.
Anyway, let's talk about violence in Attack on Titan.
Yes.
All right, we recording there,
Well,
Chief?
we were talking about the Titans of basketball.
Hold on a second. We're recording?
We are now, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's hope this thing works sync-wise. Anyway, here we go. Intro in 3. Oh, and for those watching, as always, make sure you go ahead and comment. Krishna is looking at the comments. The comments are over there. They're everywhere. They're actually right below me.
He's not looking at the comments. He's literally setting his basketball.
Fucking asshole. Anyway, let's get this
29 minutes.
Let's get this intro going. I was flowing my hair. Actually, I just made myself dizzy. Hello and welcome to another episode of Was It Good, aka WIG. Today we're talking Attack on Titan, and all I can say is wow, 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 wow. I'm Ravi, and I'm sitting here with my brothers Krishna and Arjuna. Mr. Michael is also here in the producer's chair. Let's just jump right in, folks, and let me start with a question. If Attack on Titan was a D&D campaign, who here has the balls to DM it?
I'll do it.
Wow. Didn't even give there
a
breath of thought.
First
Just said,
of all,
I'll do it.
do it.
First of all, DMing an Attack on Titan campaign is impossible.
No. It's very easy. Aaron just dies.
Then you're a terrible DM. See, you just proved that you do not have the balls.
I do want to pull up something though. When you said at the beginning of your intro, aka wig, I feel like we should lean into this and we should wear wigs each of our podcasts.
I mean,
I love wearing wigs. It's a hidden passion of mine.
I love wearing them.
This
too.
is one. No, I'm just kidding. This is a real.
I like wearing them because it reminds me of what I miss in my life.
Maybe we should decree like someone loses each podcast, and then the next episode they have to wear the wig.
You know, the only thing with this wig bit is it can get very, very expensive very quickly because wigs
are not cheap.
They can get up there in price.
That's why we need our fans who are now watching us right now live on twitch.tv/wasitgood
All two of
to give us money so we can afford the wig.
We also know, I think, enough people in like the cosplay community that have enough that maybe that we could probably borrow. But if we're going to kick this little bit off, how do we decide who the loser is week over week that has to wear it the following?
Maybe we also open that up to the fans. They just decree who has to wear the
No,
wig.
that's not fair. I would lose every week.
Yeah, so I like Arjun's idea.
No.
too.
We're going to put a poll out, and it will basically the loser has to wear a wig come next week.
So
So
maybe like you go through, you know, how we each have our viewpoints on the subjects, and people are like agree with us or they don't agree with us. Maybe the person who they least agree with or feel like has the weakest argument is therefore the loser and has to wear the wig.
I like that. So really what it's going to come down to is when we put out those social clips, whoever responds first is basically who we're gonna be like, okay, this one person has decided that Arjuna this week is the wig loser.
I'm
I
going
like
to create
that.
a fake account, and I'm going to make sure I never lose.
Something tells me you would create a new Twitter account and then you would tie it into like your phone number, and then I would get that notification that some hashtag not Krishna's account. Just create a new Twitter account or something. That's what I think would end up happening.
Yeah, maybe.
Just remember, if you're going to make a fake burner account, use a fake phone number or a fake email address.
Kevin Durant.
Yes.
That's fine. I actually created, it's so fun, real quick. I actually created a new Twitter account 2 days ago called No.
Yes, and I got a notification.
You did?
Yes.
It's just called @no.
No, that was
It's
taken.
a bunch of numbers.
So it was No 606248. Which was our old English phone number.
606.
Does one of you all then make the Twitter account Yep? Because I also got a notification for Yep.
Okay, no, I was just
That
No.
wasn't me.
Did you create a Yep?
No.
Man,
All right, well then somebody I know create a Twitter account just called @Yep and then a bunch of numbers.
Maybe that's the response to Krishna's.
No, the Yep came first, then the No.
Oh, then
That's why I was like,
makes
we're
no sense.
fucking asshole, and my contacts is just going yes and no.
I mean, I think it's perfect as Was It Good? You should have 2 burner accounts for yes and no.
And then that's the only ones that respond
If
based
only
on the
They just do
theory.
battle forever.
If only we could like get @yes and @no for our Was It Good universe.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Be incredible. Be
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Mr. Michael, as our producer, we're gonna put you on that. Thank you.
Speaking about yeses and nos, Attack on Titan, a wonderful family-oriented show that has shown us there are good, there is bad. Bad is good, good is bad, bad, good. Things are very confusing in terms of what is good, what is wrong. Also, what's quite interesting after this episode of Attack on Titan, we finally are shown parts of Zeke's plan. maybe Zeke's plan, someone's plan,
Maybe all of his
someone's
plan.
pulling the strings.
Pretty sure we know all of it now.
Yelling.
What do we know, Krishna? Explain the facts.
Exactly what we called last week.
Yes.
Where you were the only. So if we were going to do the whole wig thing, you would have lost. Because our arguments last week were 100% correct.
We hit it on
We
the
found that
spot.
the wine did contain spinal fluid. The spinal fluid was integral, or is integral, at least at this point, to Zeke transforming a bunch of randos into Titans.
But to the point, to that point of what you guys had suggested that could potentially be the plan, we were also, as the viewer, as the viewer, we were kind of not given misinformation, but we weren't given enough information.
That's the premise of the show.
And that's the very big premise of the show. And I think it's kind of interesting that in real life, we kind of mimicked what was happening in the show, because towards the end of the show, it's also revealed by Hanji is that they were all told by Zeke that the spinal fluid would cause the people to freeze.
Paralyzed. Yeah.
Had them paralyzed. And he kept pushing that throughout the military ranks. And they believed that. And because they believed that, there was no reason to suspect.
Yeah.
So again, the show has done a fantastic job of showing in their world misdirection.
Is it the
and then
show?
also showing us misdirection.
Or is it Zeke?
I mean, at this point,
Maybe Zeke's pulling the strings on how this show is presented. Maybe he picked that there should be a 4-year time skip.
That's super weirdly meta.
Zeke,
What if
Zeke has become real?
What if the character of Zeke is actually like a basic AI who's writing the show?
Zeke is the creator.
Yeah, Zeke is actually the name of the AI
He
writing
is the
show.
manga writer and artist.
What if?
I love it.
mean, do we have the creators' names for Attack on Titan? Is one of them perhaps named Zeke?
That would be incredible.
No.
Or maybe it's like an artist or somebody who's attached to like either the manga.
Hajime Isayami.
Oh, then
Wait,
no,
Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Never mind.
But I guess obviously a fantastic episode as always. But I guess I want to jump all the way to the end of the episode because I like to do things out of order here.
Of course.
Just like the show.
Just like the show. We see at the very end a very kind of emo ponytail looking Aaron with blood on his hand, chit-chatting with his old comrades and new kind of crazy Aaron wannabe Gabby. Just kind of sitting at the table, and he says, "Hey, friends, I want to talk."
Yep.
Real quick. So I watched this episode after you two did, and in our little text group, Ravi had sent a video.
Amazing.
And he's like, Arjuna, don't watch this. Watch this right after you watch the episode, right? I was like, so, and then Sahara actually told me that Attack on Titan was trending that day. So I was like, oh shit, like something big happened this episode. That's what I'm assuming. And like, there's like some huge type of revelation. This video like is explaining that or whatever. So I watched the episode, and it's not, there's no like huge revelation.
Well, the fact that we called it last week,
Yeah,
it's part of
yeah.
the course.
There's but then I like watched the video, and it's just Aaron at the very end, but it's with McDonald, and he gives them the Happy Meal.
Here's the thing: you want to make people happy, take any scene, especially anime, and put some McDonald's in it.
It's hilarious.
It becomes incredible.
So with him obviously sitting and talking with his friends, and a big part of this episode and the last few episodes has been misdirection. I want to kind of throw out my crazy theory, which is that Aaron is not necessarily evil per se in the sense of like, the Jaegerists and all that fun stuff are like his cult following. They're going to destroy the world, and Aaron's going to bring the end. Aaron's kind of playing a weird long game in which he's trying to essentially take down Zeke, right? So it's really Zeke versus Aaron. Granted, there's all these other factions behind them supplying here and there, but I believe that Aaron is talking to those two because he's going to let them in on his plan.
So there's this other popular show called Yu-Gi-Oh! And in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's a card, it's cards, and they have all these card things, and it's always the later seasons, everything gets very layered because they're like, and I play this card, and it's like, and now you've activated my trap card. It's like, but wait, my card who's in defense mode is doing this. So when Ravi, you just said that, Aaron is playing this long game with Zeke. That's kind of what I imagine. It's like, I've given this misdirection that they all freeze. Then Aaron's like, well, I turned them all to Titans anyway. And then it's just like, I've been playing this other game in this game with the entire game of games.
So they're playing a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is what you're saying?
Yes. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Monsters.
but real life.
I mean, they are monsters, granted the Titans and the people, and that's okay. I mean, that's something that you see in anime, and you see in some really good drama, right? Like all these twists, these turns. And Game of Thrones is a real life, in terms of like it's real life actors, not anime.
Live action. Yeah.
Oh, that's the word, live action.
But some would say the anime has better acting than Game of Thrones.
Some would say that maybe Attack on Titans is going to end better than Game of Thrones. I don't know.
That's not a high ceiling.
Yeah,
it really isn't.
It shouldn't take much.
But I mean, Game of Thrones is like I was saying, it is a very good kind of representation of a show that goes all over the fucking place, which is always cool. Obviously, this episode also touched upon the theme of who shot first. We see a very emotional, intense scene between Niccolo, Gabby, Falco, Sasha's family, giant big ass knife. Wine bottle.
Yeah, child abuse.
Child abuse galore.
The whole thing in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was intense. That was probably like the most intense scene, honestly, of the season. Like it just only in terms of like they're really getting into the crux of war and Gabby's whole issue, Aaron's. Everyone's issue on this show is that they think they're doing things for the right reasons and that the other side did it first, where this scene, I think, perfectly highlighted that it's impossible to figure out who did it first because it's just a never-ending cycle of revenge.
Yep.
Right? And it leads to nowhere good. And I thought it was particularly powerful when the dad, Mr. Browse,
yeah, Mr. Browse,
said, basically like it's the adults should bear the sins. Like we got to figure this out so that the kids aren't perpetuating the cycle of revenge over and over again. I don't know if there isn't like a message that works for today's world. Like that's the message. I feel like that right there is the sentiment. I think everyone should take from the show. Like right there, it's perfect. That scene, take that scene, and put that in classrooms for people to learn.
I mean, I think it's a really good representation of exactly what's happening for us in America today, right? Like where you have this, unfortunate kind of old mindset, misrepresentation, just the previous generation just not taking responsibility, pushing on their issues onto the next generation, and then you're repeating the cycle, over and over again.
Yeah.
I think the scene is definitely the most intense out of the season because it's the most true to life, right? We've had some really good scenes and sequences in the show. Especially at the beginning where, Aaron's destroying everything. But again, it takes you a step back in terms of reality because, it's gigantic fucking humanoid monsters ripping everybody to shreds. So you're like, cool, this is awesome.
How relatable is that?
That's not super relatable, but like
you're right. As a layer of you removing it from us, where you can sit back and enjoy it, so that when you have those scenes, they're extra powerful because all of a sudden it comes. To me, it brings you right back that even though this is a show that couldn't take place in the real world on that level, there's still some real life issues there that they use this really dramatic giants eating smaller humans to highlight.
I also think they did a great job with just, they introduced a bunch of new characters in this season, and they've already made you to the point of 13 episodes in, like, really care about. Like, think about Niccolo, Gabby, were not characters you had any idea about a few months ago.
Yep.
And Falco even, right? And they're taking front and center, and they're able to kind of perpetuate these same ideas because it's, I think, like you've said before too, Rafi, like, the show's really building up to just, like, everything is a cycle, and we're all doomed and going to die.
That's how I like to live my life.
I get the feeling that something's going to break the chain.
Break the wheel?
Break the wheel.
Yeah, Neo is going to break through. Oh, wait, we're not talking The Matrix? My bad.
Oh, man.
No, I think, and the other interesting thing that they presented with these new characters, obviously Gabby is a big part of this, where she's a more extreme version of a young Aaron. A big arc of her story is kind of revealed where she is the girl that killed Sasha. It's revealed to the family that she and Falco ran into, completing this kind of cycle. And then, the crazy thing, right, is a Marleyan soldier, right, in Niccolo, who had feelings for Sasha, wants to kill his own brethren,
People,
his own people essentially, because even though Sasha was an Eldian, a scum of the earth devil thing or whatever, he still cared and felt that this person should go, and was even willing to let his enemy, technically, Mr. Browse, do the honors of avenging his daughter. Again, it ties it all into this kind of like, whoa, this is some real world shit here, man.
Yeah.
Moving it into Falco real quick.
Falco.
So Falco got a bottle to the damn head.
Yeah.
When Falco was first hit, obviously they made sure to use red wine. And I think that's an artistic choice so that you, the viewer, are like, oh my God, there's so much blood. Or you can't tell what's blood and what's not.
Oh, that's good. I didn't think of that. I just assumed it was blood.
Well, remember, it's red wine.
Probably.
Yeah, it could be.
Honestly, a mix.
It's a nice mix. It's a spinal fluid, wine, and blood.
Now we're trying to get the spinal fluid out of him.
Yes, well, yeah.
Yeah, they're pouring water down his mouth, right?
They were trying to clear it out, but like Nicola was saying, it might be too late. You might need just a little bit. You also have to think this, right? It's a glass bottle to the head.
Yeah.
It's going to cause wounds.
Yeah.
And if the blood and the red wine is mixing, it's in there already.
Me and you already know his fate because we saw a spoiler a while back. At least
Falco?
with Falco, yeah.
We do?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe you. So we watched it, and you probably don't remember.
Oh, I do remember.
You do
Gina,
remember.
can I ruin it for you?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't want to get ruined.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, it's ruined for me.
That's fair. It's not. So here's the thing.
He becomes the wine.
Well, here's the thing. So
How
it's
about this? How about this? You throw out your best guess for his fate, and then we'll just say if you're near or far.
And real quick,
just one
it's,
guess.
it's
one
not.
guess.
It's real quick, Arjun. It's not that it's like official, like this is legitimate. It's a video that we saw on YouTube, a fan made video where they were showing various Titans in their different forms. But
So you're saying he becomes a Titan?
well, here's the thing. The thing is, well, that was remember though he's a warrior. So in theory, he was going to become a Titan anyway. He's destined to obviously become, or he's trying to become the armored Titan. Remember that was his whole thing. Yeah. But in this video, a freelance artist kind of drew all the various Titans in different forms
to show their sizes.
but then also based upon who owns the Titan power at what time, right?
Yeah.
So, like for example, they had Armin with Colossal, and then what's his name? You had the Colossal before him.
Oh, Bertold.
So like they had those comparisons, but because we were watching this video, we think we may have seen a spoiler.
Yeah, because they were basing it off the manga.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, what's your best guess for his fate?
Well, that becomes a fucking Titan next week episode.
Yeah, but there's
one?
9 different Titans.
Which one and how?
I'm gonna guess that he becomes.
We gotta clip this.
We'll write the time down.
Oh yeah.
All right. What Titan do I think?
Yeah,
he's
we want
gonna
your
become?
prediction for Falco.
Well, I mean, let's walk through this right now.
we can't give it because we already know.
I understand, but let's walk through where we're at right now. Right.
Yep.
Falco is in a building right now with Eren.
Yes.
Right? He's a Titan that's pretty close. He's also in a building with Armin, who's also in the same building. So it could be one of those if it's like literally the next episode, as they're right there. We know that some of his comrades from Marley are on the island, right? We saw the Peak,
Cart Titan.
Peak.
Peck.
I think it's.
That was Peck.
Who's the Cart Titan? We know she's there at the very least, so we can probably expect that Reiner and the Jaw Titan are around as well. So they could also potentially be options. I'm gonna say he becomes.
Oh, that'd be wild.
Yes. So Michael pointed out, I want this to happen because I've wanted Armin to die for years. So I'm going to go where he becomes the Colossal Titan. And this is going to make Eren break all the way bad because he's going to lose his best friend.
Okay.
And then, show more of that division and the hatred. And it'll be great. That's what's going to happen.
Falco eats Armin.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
yes. That would be incredible.
Yeah,
what a great episode of anime.
Yeah. Now, wait, real quick though.
I'm wrong, huh? I can tell from your
In order
reactions.
for him to become a Titan, he would have.
He's become a dumb Titan.
Yes, so he.
He has a spinal
we're going to
fluid.
guess that the spinal fluid's in him. Then is that a guess?
I mean, I think
It's a good. I
definitely.
don't think they're washing it out somehow.
Again, also like the fact that the wine bottle hit him in the head. There's open wounds.
Yeah.
It's mixed. He lays in it for a little bit at least.
Yeah, he's bathing in it.
Yeah. So like he's got something in there.
You know,
so.
unconsciously bathing. He's like, doo doo doo.
The one question I do have real quick back to the spinal fluid stuff.
Yeah.
Is the spinal fluid from Zeke is different than the just general injection, correct? So remember when the Marleans would bring the aliens to Paradise, they would have them on the wall, and then they would inject them fully, and then they would immediately turn into Titans. That fluid is different, right, than Zeke's? Because obviously Zeke's is activated from a call that Zeke gives.
Right. Okay. That's a great question. That's a good observation. Where does that spinal fluid come from?
Yeah, we don't
turn them immediately.
We don't know where that comes from or understand that one fully.
Because it's the same one that Fritz was using with to try and turn Krista into a Titan to eat Eren back in the end of season 3.
Yes, that's another question. Is where are they getting these vials from? Right.
Yeah, what is that fluid? Whose is it?
Yeah, like
what is it? Why is it?
Why is Gamora?
Yeah, how?
Yeah, why is Gamora? Yeah, when's Gamora showing up?
I don't know. Next week.
Guess that makes sense. Does anyone have a theory in terms of what Yelena and Zeke's plan could be?
Yelena.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Simple.
Okay.
It's to make the leaders of Paradise Island turn into dumb Titans.
Mm-hmm.
That's the military leadership gone.
Right.
And then they're going to be then the Paradise Island is super easy to control, and Zeke would have control over the military, and Eren's on his way to him. So we already know Eren's been in communication with Yelena, and then also the Jaegerists, so Flock, they're all in on it. So he would have control over everything. The Attack Titan, the Rumbling, the military, and all of his plan,
and the bigger
domination, world domination.
The bigger thing, though, the biggest thing,
the
resources under the island.
Correct.
I think honestly, the resources are going to be to a degree more important than the Titan power, because those resources they can create weapons that they couldn't even imagine in Marley, right? So I think the weapons are the big thing.
Yeah.
This is where we get that Gundam crossover.
Yeah. Oh, the ship that they built, it's not a plane.
It's a Gundam thing.
I'll tell you right now, this is the prequel to Pacific Rim. Those giant robots aren't called Jaegers for no reason. Boom.
The Jaegerists?
The Jaegers.
Oh, the Jaegers in Pacific Rim.
Yeah. They're called Jaegers.
Idris Elba.
Speaking,
what if this is 2,000 years before current events of Pacific Rim?
Speaking of Pacific Rim, Netflix released their new Pacific Rim anime series, Blackout. I watched the whole thing in one day.
Was it good?
It's actually my quick review within this pod. Yeah, it's actually really good. Definitely recommend it.
Did you see like a little Eren running around?
No.
Like, a great.
There was a character called the Boy.
The Boy? That's Eren.
So if Attack on Titan just was connected to something else, it would be like the greatest surprise crossover since Split, when they had Bruce Willis show up at the end credit scene, and
it would be
then you
greater.
realize that this was a sequel to Unbreakable the entire time.
This would be bigger.
I mean, it would be much bigger.
Because this would be seasons.
Wait, better, because this is I mean, HBO has teased this forever, and I guess it is real, it isn't real, I don't know. Westworld and Game of Thrones being connected.
Yeah, that was more of a joke.
Yeah. Well,
of course that was a joke, but what if the end scene or something is Mikasa and Armin are like guests or something leaving.
That'd be weird.
That'd be so weird.
They had the dragon show up in the second season or the third season in Westworld.
It was like they had the two creators inside of the
right. It was third season.
Little glass case thing.
Yeah. Who cares? That terrible show. Game of Thrones. Westworld's pretty
good. Anyways,
I think
back
it's
to Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. Any last things before we run around the horn?
No, I don't think so. This episode's pretty not straightforward, but I think we got what we needed from it.
I will ask one question though, real quick. Right, as of right now, right? Rumors are running amok, where they're saying that this is the first half of a full season.
Yeah.
There's nothing official,
Right.
There are 3 episodes left.
Yeah.
I want to know how sad you would be if that was true.
I'd be pretty
And
sad.
it's just 3 episodes, and not like 3 episodes, each an hour long, just 3 20-minute episodes.
I would be sad only because they've set up a lot. So for it to just end, you'd be like, there's a lot of potential left on the table that they didn't explore.
Be the most rushed ending since Game of Thrones. You know, but maybe even to more of a degree, especially because we know there's so many chapters of manga left.
Yeah.
It would also be so bizarre that the show would end just a few weeks before the manga does.
Yeah. Without telling.
And imagine if it's
certain
spoiled.
arcs.
Imagine like if they spoiled it, like they somehow revealed what happens in the last chapter in
God.
this show.
Well, they could also be doing like a George R.
R.
Martin
Martin
type thing where
So I don't think they are, because the animation studios and everyone have talked about how this is a faithful adaptation of the manga,
faithful, yeah.
but they're going to go all the way to the end. And so I think all evidence points to that there's there's a second part of this season or a movie, potentially both. On their
I hope
way
it's a season.
at some point. But I think from the
Or,
rumors,
half
the
a season.
rumors I've read, it's far away. It's not going to be this year.
No.
I haven't checked. I know. So what I've read online, our producer Michael just asked off mic if I've checked the manga, and the answer is I have not read the manga because I don't want to spoil the anime for myself. But from what I've read, the non-spoilery parts were around like chapter 115-ish in the manga. Right now, where we are in the anime, and they are, I think 138 just came out, and 139 is the final one, or something like that. So that's like 20 plus chapters.
But correct me if I'm wrong, haven't we skipped a bunch of things?
We've skipped some chapters, but we haven't skipped like substantial parts. There are like smaller character moments and smaller little arcs that they've certainly skipped or combined or whatever, but like it's been very faithful to the manga.
Okay, last quick question on this, and then we can ask the question. Let's say it is 3 episodes left. And I'm laughing because as I think it, I'm like, why would they do this? Well, let's just say they're like, you know what, three episodes left, and then they're like, you know what? Let's go balls to the wall crazy, and they release a live action movie to wrap up the whole thing.
That'd be dumb.
That would be the
Yeah, they have a live action movie.
Yes,
which
they
I
do.
heard wasn't.
It was
great.
terrible.
Didn't see it. But to go for just change your medium to tell the end of the story would be awful. The tone would be different. The colors would be different.
No, better. They're like, you know what? Let's make a bunch of TikToks.
Unless there's a story reason. Yeah, unless you're like 2,000 years in the future and, it's like a totally different look and feel. And, like, let's say like where they end the last 3 episodes is Aaron exiting the Matrix. It would have to be that level to justify changing mediums, right? And if that would make sense, like leaving the Matrix, if he's in a simulation,
right,
and he leaves it, and then it's live action or something. I mean, that would blow my fucking mind, and that would be great.
So they go to the future and they decide to do live action because the last this thing that wraps up this series that we've loved for so long ends in basically a corporate boardroom.
Yeah,
whereas the Attack Titans are just sitting and debating some kind of like corporate bullshit.
Oh man,
that's how it ends.
That would be weird. And
very weird. I'd hate that.
Yeah.
Automatically. Christian, you can start us off though.
Oh wow, I've never done this, or it's been a while. Arjuna, was this episode of Attack on Titan good for you?
I'm gonna say yes. Yes, it was good. I enjoyed a lot of the food parts. I like the food jokes where they're like, "This is the greatest food of my life,"
and they do it so intensely.
And then I think Niccolo has the joke of the food is gonna get cold. Really enjoyed that food humor. So yes, and it did move the story forward, and all the other previous reasons that we said. I love the themes and everything. So,
Arjuna's shortest answer to yes ever. 15 seconds.
I've gone shorter. I believe once I just said yes.
Why? Oh well, then I mean I don't. If you say yes and there's not like at least a 15 or 10-15 second follow up, then I don't think it's a real yes. It feels like a fake yes.
I'm never fake with my yeses or nos.
He's been bought. By HBO.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Warner Brothers. He's a mole.
I want a cut.
These allegations.
Give me a cut.
Ravi, was Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 13, Niccolo's Last Dinner good?
Wait, he's not
Like
dead.
last
Did he
dinner
die?
service, maybe.
Yeah, because
like
he's probably going
that-
to jail.
Well, yeah, exactly. I doubt they'll let him cook again, especially if he's been fucking poisoning people. Like Christ.
He's suspected.
Well, actually, real quick, what did you guys think about where he kind of saves the scouts, right? Even though it looks like he's kind of, he's dickish, but he
Makes sense.
saves them.
If he was in love with Sasha, it
Yeah.
makes sense that
He would
doesn't
save-
necessarily love them, but because those were her friends, her family, then it makes sense that he would extend that same.
I think it also shows that he's just very confused. Like this is a very this is not a black and white thing, right? So it's
very much
time.
it's very much like an orange thing.
Yes.
There's what?
But to answer your question, yes, I enjoyed it. Like I said previously in the past
shocked.
30 minutes, great sequences, a lot of stuff that hits home to real life, and obviously sets us up for something intense. Either Aaron pissing everyone off with bad McDonald's treats, or he just says, "Gotcha."
Wow, what a twist!
He just says "Gotcha" and that's it. Like "Gotcha." Krishna, was Attack on Titan good / the best anime episode ever?
No, it was not the best anime episode ever, but it was good. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was like honestly, it's like the most emotional episode of the season, which is a good thing. Because
I would say it was the most
sets-
emotional.
For me, it was the most emotional. I didn't say it was the most emotional for everyone, even though that's the truth. And everyone who doesn't agree with me doesn't have a heart
I
or a
think the
soul.
Aaron Reiner conversation, the first time they've seen each other in 4 years, is more emotional.
No, that was cool. That was like awesome. Like that was a badass conversation between two badass characters. This was an emotional. Like there were no winners. I was
There's
sad.
no winners either. Reiner was crying like a baby.
Aaron won.
Yeah, Aaron basically overpowered him.
Aaron
It was
went
like,
there, did exactly what he wanted to do, and did it. Therefore, he won.
He made a grown man cry.
I think he intended to eat all those Titans, and he only ate one. So did he really win?
No,
He
did win.
could have gotten right. Like he
He
was.
let Ryan go.
Yeah,
He let him off the hook.
he let him off the hook pretty
Yeah.
easily.
So anyway, yeah, it was super good, and it was really emotional. And anyone who disagrees with me doesn't have a soul.
And as per normal, Christian gives us the longest yes answer ever.
Because I was challenged. I was directly challenged by my two co-hosts, and you were wrong.
Can I answer if Christian's answer was good or not?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, because that was going to be my answer.
Save that for the TikTok. Moving into things.
That was such.
I have no good transitions here, so we're just gonna jump in.
Was it news?
No, here it is. So we're starting some Was It News. First up, we're gonna talk about a company that continuously wants to shoot themselves in the foot, and that would be Warner Brothers, where they
Brothers.
accidentally question. Maybe it's a marketing bit. Who knows? Supposedly, or it did happen. When you were on the HBO Max app, if you had selected Tom and Jerry, you got a little preview or cut or little taste of the Zack Snyder Justice League film. I actually forgot for a second what it was called, and I thought it was just called the Zack Snyder film. So good marketing.
Zack Snyder is literally the first two words
so
of the title.
Zack Snyder film or
Zack
Justice
Snyder's
League.
Justice League, right?
Did anyone here sitting at the table see any of this? Did anyone actually jump in and try and watch the full episode? Where did things end up?
No.
I didn't watch it. I think it seems like they pulled it pretty quickly, within a few minutes. But I mean, there's been some leaks online about new footage.
It was a few minutes. I was really hoping there was like 100 people, 100 special people in the world who have watched it and know exactly what it's all about before they went back to being. Was it Tom and
They
Jerry?
pulled the era. I don't know if they're able to. If those people started the movie, if they were able to stop it down and have them not watch it. So there might be a few lucky people who have seen the Snyder cut.
I want that to be like 12 people, like a council, who will now gather and discuss the
Schnauzel.
movie. Yeah,
I'm sure, like, if you go on Reddit and you search hard, like, I feel like maybe somebody got more. Like, it's very possible that the individuals that realized what was happening, they may have just started their phone recording and then just started speeding through to figure out what's different and then start recording. And maybe somebody's, it would be really kind of funny, but also like, why bother? Because we're about a week and a bit out before the full thing releases. Yeah. Somebody's actually piecing together like all this found footage to make like an iPhone shop version of the Zack Snyder Justice League.
Well, they've also been doing these like character trailers for.
I saw the
Snyder
Cyborg one today, which was interesting.
The Cyborg one came out. They did like a Batman one, a Superman one.
I haven't seen any of these. Are they good?
They're all right.
Quick, give us which one's been the most interesting?
So the Cyborg one was weird because I thought I heard Lawrence Fishburne's character talking to Cyborg as if he was Cyborg's dad, but that's not the case because he plays the editor. Lawrence Fishburne plays the editor at the Daily Planet. Yeah. So that was confusing because he's giving like fatherly advice. Then again, I could just be kind of tone deaf and I don't know who was talking. Yeah. But it was the advice he was giving was like, love thyself and don't be fearful of yourself. Yeah. And then he flies into space and it's all like CGI glory fuckfest and then it cuts. Then it just cuts to Snyder's to Zack Snyder's Justice League
space orgy.
Yeah, and then there's also been screenshots of Darkseid that have released.
Yeah, it looks
CGI monster.
Yeah, it doesn't it look kind of like? I was like, eh. Am I supposed to be like? I don't know.
The funniest thing I saw was people were loving the picture and saying like, "Oh my God, he looks so much scarier than Steppenwolf, who was the main villain in the regular cut." Yeah. And I was like, "Yes, because the bar was set so damn low. Not that hard to be scary than that."
Steppenwolf wasn't scary. It wasn't anything. It was stupid.
Doesn't he have like a bunch of spikes? Like his helmet's like
it's like bigger. 2 horns.
He had horns before, but they're like huge and they have like spikes. And he's even more of a CGI mess than he was in the first original version.
I forget what he looks like. I have to look it up. Steppenwolf.
It's CGI monster. That's basically it. Pretty much. He's our producer just said it's Thor's arms all over.
All right, Steppenwolf Justice League. I'll give you the quick thing here. Oh yeah, he looks like God, he looks like I don't know. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to give you I'm going to look up a visual.
Google Images.
I'm going to look up a visual and then not give you a description for an audio podcast. Yeah. Nice, Christian.
Yeah.
Nice.
I looked it up and it is bad. He looks like a paler, gaunt Thanos with a Lord of the Rings-esque helmet. And he looks stupid. There you go. That was the descriptor everyone needed. He looks dumb.
Moving right along here. Speaking of things that are stupid, Space Jam 2.
What? Why you call it stupid?
How do all that stupid?
Get out.
I just need a transition. That's not necessarily my actual thought. Just the low-hanging fruit to kind of get to the next Was It News article. So Pepe Le Pew will not be in Space Jam 2.
Oh, that's nice.
Is there really any okay? I mean,
well, he's a controversial character, but he's certainly a creepy animated character, and Warner Brothers is just trying to avoid him and retire that character and move on from a dated animated character. The French skunk is no more.
The French skunk,
essentially. The other big news around this movie was
LeBron James is in it.
No, wait, I know what you're going to say, June. This is a joke. The bigger news was LeBron James's digitally adjusted hairline. They did a great job there. Great job with the CG. I'm totally lying, Christian. I'm just kidding. They didn't do anything with his hairline that I'm aware of. I don't know. Anyway, Arjuna, go ahead.
The other thing was people got a first look at Lola Bunny, the female bunny. And so the controversy in the first movie was she was a bit over-sexualized for a children's movie.
A bit?
So they have toned down that aspect of the character as well.
That's not controversial.
But I mean, it was news. It was trending.
It was trending on Twitter.
I'm sorry. I thought you were saying it was controversial. They did that.
The big thing.
Why? That's the opposite.
The big thing that got it to the point of trending online was because everyone was talking about cancel culture and how who's the studio behind this movie?
I believe it's Warner Brothers.
I'm pretty sure
Good for them.
WB, right? That would make sense.
Was how they didn't want to. Their goal by removing these characters and adjusting how certain characters were portrayed was so that they wouldn't create controversy.
Yeah.
but it instead caused, which is just funny.
Anything you do, I think, in the name of either removing or flaming controversy, it's going to create controversy. That's just the world we live in now. So,
In a world
where controversy rules.
Do you guys think Michael Jordan will cameo in Space Jam 2?
Oh, that would be awesome. But
I think it depends on. I don't know what it depends on.
He should play the evil, the evil general manager of the Team Monsters.
No, this is what should happen, right? The movie should end. LeBron, because Space Jam is them about going into the Looney Tunes world, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the serververse, right? So when LeBron comes out of it, Michael Jordan is there, and it's like, oh, so you went through it too, and then everybody's gonna get what they wanted: a one-on-one match between Michael Jordan and LeBron. And as the game starts,
but only in their prime,
cuts to black.
In their prime,
just cuts away. Be great. Yeah. Sonequa Martin Green, by the way, is playing LeBron's wife. Fun fact.
Who?
Sonequa Martin Green. She's Captain Burnham from Star Trek.
Why not Miss James?
Yeah, why not Miss James?
Why not get Mrs. James and Bronny and the other?
Yeah, is Bronny not going to be in it?
No, so they've cast his 3 children, and they're not played.
Wait, this is
they're
weird.
Not played by his children.
That's so weird.
They're all played by actors.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Why?
Can Michael B. Jordan be one of them?
No,
just the name. The naming convention.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so great.
And then Don Cheadle is the AI.
And who's going to be
the evil algorithm?
Oh my God!
Wait, doesn't evil algorithm?
Algorithm, yeah.
Algorithm.
Is the name.
Last or 2 more pieces of news here. Ghost Rider reacts to the Darkhold from WandaVision showing up with a very funny tweet, which was obviously when we're referring to Ghost Rider, we're not talking about the weird version known by Nicolas Cage's version, which is terrible. We're talking Gabrielle Luna, who played
Gabrielle Luna.
What did I say?
Gabrielle
sounds way better. Who played Ghost Rider on the great and wonderful, maybe somewhat connected show Agents of Shield. He tweeted out, "Okay, y'all, I'll admit it. Under my mattress may not have been the best hiding place."
Oh,
and part of me saw this and I was like,
"He's coming back.
Let's make this canon," because this feels like how the studio, the Marvel studio, has kind of treated and discussed these offshoot shows. This is kind of how it feels like they would try and reconnect it. So I'm going to consider this canon until said otherwise.
Oh, Gabriel Luna was
Terminator.
Yeah, the best part of that new movie.
It's the only part I remember.
Yeah, the Dark World. No, it wasn't the Dark World. Yeah, he was great. I thought he was a great Terminator. But I will say, I mentioned it, I think, when a couple weeks ago, a friend of the podcast, Lo, will be very excited. In fact, she called it a few episodes ago that everything that's been shown in this season, season of WandaVision, leads to an opening or a return of Ghost Rider to the MCU that makes a lot of sense. So
that would be pretty cool.
There you go. With all the witch stuff. I don't know anything about Ghost Rider. I'm just literally repeating what she texted. So, there you go.
It won't happen with Luna, unfortunately.
Why? It was good.
One thing that is going to happen, Avatar, the greatest movie ever made by James Cameron, is getting an exclusive re-release in, you guessed it, China.
By going for that Endgame throne.
They want to become they want to be the highest grossing movie of all time.
Are we talking about I already know the answer. I'm just making a joke here.
The Last Airbender? Yes.
Yeah, are we talking about the M. Night Shyamalan classic?
No. We're talking Avatar.
That's what it was called, wasn't it? Avatar.
It was just called Avatar, yeah.
What do you think the second, third, and fourth movies will be called?
Avatar 2, and Avatar 3,
and Avatar 4. I hope it's Avatar The Lost World.
The one thing, I've kind of looked through the article quickly. It sounds like they are going to be doing a little bit of redubbing some of the effects, it looks like. Not a full, not like a full kind of rehash of the CG effects.
Like updating it?
It looks like they're going to be updating it a little bit, and then obviously it's going to get a re-release. The big thing here, do we actually think... I mean, China is obviously the second largest film market next to America.
Do we think they're going to retake the throne?
Yeah, you think it's going to happen?
It's only 7 or 8 million.
Yeah, so
I think...
One showing across the country.
But then I bet Disney's like, all right, Endgame, 2-year edition, coming soon.
I could see them doing like once theaters have
become a
truly
pissing
opened
match.
back up, like Disney can take this. Here's a freebie. Once theaters have truly opened back up, we are got herd mentality.
Man, that's actually. Oh man, Lauren, if you're watching, there's one for Ravi's idioms, whatever that word is, a book.
Book of idioms.
Book of idioms. There we go. Ravi's book of idioms.
Once we have the herd immunity going with COVID, and it is safe to go back to theaters, it would be interesting if Disney were to do kind of a special re-release of Endgame, but you do it with Infinity War, have a little break, and then you go right into Endgame.
Yeah.
That would be a nice thing.
That's you're talking a good 6-hour event.
Probably
but
7 with a break in between.
Yeah.
I
Either
would
way.
do. I would do that.
You are Endgame back to back.
Yeah.
I mean,
all 39 movies.
It'd be cool. Like,
23,
if you
right?
do it correctly, like you start in the morning at like, I don't know, like 9-ish or whatever. You break for lunch and then you come back in.
Done by 4.
And then you're done by like 4, go out to dinner. That's a great Saturday right there.
I
You're
prefer the 10 to 5 personally.
I think they should do like the triple feature or like a quadruple feature of the worst MCU movies. So put in like The Incredible Hulk, put in Thor: Dark World,
Iron Man 3.
put in Iron Man 3. Just put in the shit ones.
Here are the shittiest movies we've made.
And that's your new way to torture
Oh.
prisoners of war.
And
welcome,
then what you do is
American
in the middle of that
government.
clusterfuck of terrible Marvel movies, you throw in Episode 8 from Star
No,
Wars.
you throw in Zack.
They would really hate
then
that.
you throw in Zack Snyder's Justice League 4-hour cut.
What if it's better? Yeah, what if it's good?
What if it's the greatest movie
Ever made?
ever rethought of to be made?
I mean, it could
Again.
be, but my gut tells me.
Your gut?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm overthinking this. that it's not gonna be good. I just for some reason a double length version of a movie that already sucks doesn't seem like it'd be good.
Is now a good time to drop the tease?
Yes.
People, if you want to know exactly what we and our fearless producer, Mr. Michael, think of Justice League, the Snyder Cut, you will get a chance, for we will be doing a live stream of us watching the movie. I believe there will be heart rate monitors involved.
There would be tears.
Tears, hopefully a little bit of liquid courage to get us through it. Yeah, that too, I guess.
It comes out what day again?
The 17th.
Next Friday, right?
Next
The 19th? 18th, 19th?
I don't know what day it comes out, honestly.
Yeah. Well, either way, what are you thinking?
Either way, we'll end up doing this live stream event on a Friday night, afternoon night. We'll probably forego a traditional podcast that night,
Perfect.
just to kind of give us the willpower and energy and
will to live.
technological
The
resources
will to live.
needed,
Yeah.
because it will be a technological resource.
I believe it's scheduled to come out on March 18th at 10 p.m.
So yeah, we'll be here on the 19th.
The 19th.
Yeah, the 19th.
What a bizarre time. Hey, guys, start it on Thursday. No matter what you do, you can't finish it till Friday. Because it's 4 fucking hours.
Oh, God.
And with that, thank you again for joining us here on the Was It Good podcast. As always, you can find us on Twitter at Was It Good, on Instagram at Was It Good BTM. We live stream these pods every Monday and Friday on twitch.tv/Was It Good. Also have a YouTube channel. Look out for some amazing and interesting content. Website is wasitgood.info. Newsletter coming shortly. Next pod will be this Friday on Disney, the animation studio.
Disney Animation?
Yeah, Disney Animations.
Sure, why not? Oh, they have so many
Raya.
studios.
Raya. So that would be a good one. We've already seen it. But
Raya.
tune in to Raya. Sorry. Tune in.
It's Raya.
It's Raya. It's Raya.
It's Ray.
What?
There was the person on Facebook going on
Star
about
Wars.
the spelling of the name, but
I'm rooting the daughter's life.
the movie's name is Raya. It's great. But tune in.
Don't spoil it.
Tune in to hear us really break it down and tell you all the Easter eggs that are in there.
There are
And
Easter eggs?
Dragon Eggs.
Yeah, there are little eggs.
No, there's no Easter
There are
eggs.
Cadbury's eggs in there.
No, there wasn't?
Yep.
Oh, man. That'd be
Yes.
great subliminal marketing if there was.
Anywho, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Nope. Not bad. We got just under 48
49
minutes.
minutes.
This is our shortest episode in like years.
Does this help then?
That's what kept us on target. I think.
All right, cool.
I mean, yeah, whoever put the social clips down put some time codes in. So
I
got your junior comparing it to Yu-Gi-Oh, and then your prediction for Falco's fate. I think
completely
those.
wrong, huh?
Do you want us to tell you?
No, we're not
No,
telling
no,
you.
don't tell me.
Okay. Your
Your face is already told.
But here's the thing, though, like our prediction, or it's not our prediction, it's something we saw, and it
Yeah.
could itself
Be
not
wrong.
be true at all.
It's true.
So you
It's
want
just
to tell you
it's just an artist's interpretation of it.
I kind of want to when it's
anime.
done.
Yeah, we start the anime.
I think before the finale, somebody should suck it up and watch or read all of the manga. I don't know how long that would take you,
I mean,
but
before the second half of the final season.
yeah, like
But that would spoil what would be coming for.
Yep.
not necessarily. Like if you read everything up to this point,
Well, up until the
episode.
specific
Yeah,
point.
yeah. So like if somebody wants to take that challenge on, you can start reading the manga now from the beginning because you know all that information.
can't read?
Well, that's only me, so we don't need to keep this clock up for any reason, right?
I don't
Nope.
think so.
Boop,
boop. Did we have any other social clips we wanted to do?
Right home.
We will kill the echo.
I think 2 is good for this one. Unless you want to put in
Is there anything interesting we said about Snyder's cut?
no.
It'll suck. That's interesting.
I don't think we said any. Except you could take the tease of what we're doing, but
Oh yeah, take the tease. The tease of we're doing the live stream.
yeah,
Yeah, take that for sure.
yeah. That was right near the end too, so that should be easy.
Damn it. You bum.
Cool. Tight.
Cool. I think we can go off air too. Goodbye, everyone. Tune in. I might do Among Us tomorrow. I've been itching to play that. So if I
Nice.
do, you all have to play with me.
I can't.
Why?
I'm busy tomorrow.
With what?
Prepping for some things on Thursday. I have to study, and I have to do take a written.
He's gonna have a
oral
competing
exam.
stream on our own channel. We're gonna
No.
stream 2 different videos.
Can you do that?
He'll
from
be
one
doing
stream?
a food dude.
No, basically what happens is because it uses what's known as an RMTP or RTMP, so it's an address. So when a link has been made,
like an IP thing.
right, the other one will just get blocked essentially.
Oh.
So
Does it just keep the one that went first, or does it override and take the
well,
second?
you also it'll take the one that comes in first and then just kind of
Oh.
shuts off
I see.
from
So
that
it just
point.
wouldn't let me.
Yeah,
You want to try it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll try it right now. I'm gonna try to go live.
Go
on
for
my
it.
phone. See what happens. Guys, this is the live. No one's ever thought to do this before.
Are we
are the
live
first.
still or
We're still live. I'm going to attempt to. Wait, am I?
what you gonna pull up Twitch.tv?
Never mind. I'm not logged into.
Okay, let's. All right. Goodbye.
I
We'll see you
lost.
all later.